different. Barkley was at the end of his career. And I'm not a Chuck fan. I'm not a Barkley fan. Y'all know that. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. When Barkley did that, that was at the end of his career. It's almost kind of like it's accepted. It's accepted that, you know, at the end of your career, you're more free. And fans will give you more of a pass to chase a ring. You know, Carmelo is kind of in that category. He is. I mean, Carmelo's at the end of his career. So, in my opinion, if Carmelo were to say, yeah, get me out of here, let me go play with LeBron, or let me go play with team A, B, C, or D, or whatever, with great players already on it, I technically wouldn't be that mad. I wouldn't put him in the same category that I put LeBron in when he went to Miami, or what I put Kevin Durant in when he went to Golden State. These guys are at the prime of their careers. Carmelo, he's pretty much coming to the end of the rope. He is. So either way, I think that it's commendable that he wants to stay here. This is what he says. I think it's commendable that he wants to stay in New York. He likes New York. He likes the fans. He likes the people. And he's not scared of a challenge. And it's a big-ass challenge in New York. And then also I would understand if he went to play with another team because he is pretty much getting in at the end of his career. What are your thoughts? Yeah. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. From 334 Bama Boy. Boy, I can't wait until football starts again. Basketball got too much soap opera shit going on. Oh, right. Exactly. From Jay Ford, Barkley was not at the end of his career. He was league MVP at Phoenix. But here's the thing about when he went to Phoenix. I guess the example that I should have used for Barkley was when he went to Houston. When Barkley went to Phoenix, Barkley was the number one guy. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? When LeBron went to Miami, you know, Dwayne Wade, it was arguable who was the guy. He was such a great player at that time, Dwayne Wade was. Okay? There's no question. And it's kind of like the same argument about Shaq when Shaq went to L.A. Well, Shaq went to L.A. Well, when Shaq went to L.A., Kobe had just been drafted that year. So Kobe Bryant wasn't Kobe Bryant. Shaq, in effect, when he went to L.A., Shaq was still, and I'm doing the quote marks in the air, Shaq was still the man. It was Shaq's team in L.A. when he first got there. Same thing when Barkley, when he got to Phoenix. It was Barkley's team. Barkley was the guy when he got to Phoenix. And you're right. So I guess what I should have said, the example I should have used for Barkley in that conversation is when he went to Houston and teamed up with all the great all-star players, Clyde Drexler, Hakeem Olajuwon, and all of those cats. That was more acceptable based on the fact that he was older and at the end of his career. Who we got here? From Sidney Jackson, F the fans. A player should do what's best for their career. Okay. From ducking and dodging, there's no rule that says you have to be past your prime to join others. No, there's not. There's an unwritten rule. I mean, there's an unwritten rule of acceptability for older players going to play with other good players to try to get a ring before their career is done. When Gary Payton did it, when Karl Malone did it, when they went and played for the Lakers at the end of their career, nobody said anything because they were done. They were done. And they, played at Seattle and never had a chance to win a ring. Karl Malone played with the Utah Jazz. They had opportunities to win rings, but they never did. And it was more understandable. It was more acceptable at the end of their career. I'm not even saying this right or wrong. Let me say this right now. I'm not even saying this right and wrong. What it is kind of like an unwritten type thing. It is. You can try to argue it because you're on the side of these young players. But what I'm telling you is, it's an unwritten thing where it's more accepted that players at the end of their career, when they're getting old, when they're getting long in the tooth, go and play for a franchise that'll give them a better opportunity to win a ring. Not when they're 28 years old or 25 years old or 26 or 20 or 30 years old or, when they got 10 years left in their career. No, it's not. It's pretty lame. Exactly. No, there's no rule. Of course there's no rule. Okay? There's no rule. From Sidney Jackson, Carmelo has shown way more class and maturity than Phil, sneaky backstabbing ass. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. And me and Phil Jackson, man, I'm talking like me and Phil are boys, like we neighbors or something like that. Me and Phil Jackson has a real complicated relationship. We do. Because obviously, man, I'm a Laker fan. I mentioned that earlier to new listeners. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Been a Laker fan my whole life, man. Really love Phil Jackson bringing all of the titles to Los Angeles. But Phil is a damn crook, man. Phil Jackson is a damn crook and borderline a con man. That's right, I said it. Phil Jackson is borderline crook, shady con man. Okay? He wanted the Lakers to pay him all of this money to come back, but he didn't want to go on road games. Man, F you. Right. I mean, F you. We the Lakers. Yeah, we struggling right now. But this thing's going to turn around. But we ain't just going to let you pimp us. And that's exactly what Phil was trying to do. Oh, I'll come back. It was just, this movement by the fans to bring Phil back. No. To do what? To half-ass coach just so he can get a paycheck? No. And the Knicks took his ass off our hands. Right. The Knicks, like some suckers, took Phil Jackson off our hands, took him off the radar so fans could stop talking about him. Y'all took that sucker off our hands like a sucker. The Knicks, like a sucker, y'all took Phil Jackson off our hands. Whatever. Y'all can have Phil. And it's hard for me to say this, man, but I got to keep it real. And you can go back and listen to the audio of the shows that I did when all of that stuff was going on and all of this talk about Phil coming back. Whatever, man. You're just not going to punk us. You're just not going to chump us. Like he's trying to chump Carmelo right now in the media. You're just not going to chump the Lakers. Whatever. We got pride. We may not have nothing else, but we got pride. Whatever. Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. What up, Trey and Maestro? Check their show out last night. Trey and Maestro, Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast says, Doug, you can have them back. Nah, y'all keep them. Y'all keep them. Oh, nothing to do with Phil Jackson. Old, broke down, rickety, raggy self. Artificial hips, knees, and all that. He can't even walk around. How the hell are you going to coach a damn team? He don't even want to be in New York. He be hiding half the time. He don't come to the games. He out, he telling people he in New York. He in his apartment in Midtown or whatever. And actually, he in San Bernardino, California. That's funny. That's funny that the New York City Slickers got slicked by a con man. Phil Jackson. Whatever. LD, I weep for us from the D. He says, and that's y'all problem, Doug. Pride and arrogance from the Flakers. Whatever. You can talk about pride and arrogance, but make sure you talk about them 17 world championships. You do that. How about that? Or is it 16? Don't matter. It's a lot. Talk about that. From Sidney Jackson, why wasn't there hate for Garnett and Ray Allen going to Boston? Oh, because media outlets are always pro-Boston. They killed LeBron because he went to Miami and the media was worried about Miami whooping Boston's ass. Well, first of all, I'll say Ray Allen was coming to the end of his career. He falls under the category of being a seasoned veteran, and Kevin Garnett to a degree as well. And I think Kevin Garnett, I don't remember the details of how Kevin Garnett got to Boston. But when they went to Boston, once again, Kevin Garnett still, you can make the argument Kevin Garnett was the man. Okay? Ray Allen, a great player, fantastic player, but Ray Allen isn't in the legendary conversation like LeBron and Barkley and cats like that. Ray Allen, fantastic player. So, no, there's a difference. And listen, you can make it out to be whatever you want it to be. And a lot of y'all probably feel like that I make it out to be what I want to be. I just know this. I can tell you from past experiences on the press and way cats talk about it in the barbershop, under the shade tree, in the basement, did certain players get a lot of flack when they made moves to new cities? No. And some players, a lot of players today doing the same thing, they get a lot of flack. It's different. It's different. It feels different. Nobody hating on LeBron James or Kevin Durant. It's different. It's different. Nobody purposely just, throwing shade on those cats. That's silly. We grown-ass men. Why would we purposely want to throw shade on LeBron James or Kevin Durant? KD for going to play with the Golden State Warriors, LeBron going to play with Miami. No, it's just lame. It's just lame. And it's going to change. You're going to see more and more of it. It's a different culture today. These kids, these young players' mindsets are much different than players back in the day and fans of back in the day. So eventually, all of the old fans with our attitude are going to die out. Yeah, we're going to die out, and the new attitude will prevail. It will. I mean, that's fine. But that doesn't mean that our opinions, aren't warranted and our opinions aren't, valid. It doesn't mean that at all. Whatever. You can think all you want. I'm going to tell you this. And y'all know I'm back to being a LeBron supporter. I was a LeBron supporter before he went to Miami, and I'm a LeBron supporter now. He's back in Cleveland. Okay? But I'm going to tell you this. Till the day I die, I will always believe and say LeBron in the middle of his career, at the height of his career, leaving Cleveland to go play for the Miami Heat, and Kevin Durant, after having the Golden State Warriors down, 3-1 last year in the Western Conference Finals, leaving that team to go play for the team that beat them, that came from behind and beat them, was lame as shit. I don't care what you say. I don't give a damn what you say. I ain't never going to change my opinion on that. That was lame. And I can't decide which one was more lame. KD going to Golden State or LeBron going to Miami. I mean, 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Period. Love their talent level. Once again, I'm a 100% fan, supporter of LeBron James. Y'all know that. But at that time, what he did, it was lame. Period. Entertainment coming up next. I don't care what y'all say.
Cool kid. I had a dream that I could be without you. Oh, I'm for real and I could even catch you. See without you. Kiss on the knee without you. Oh, be free without you. Back then I woke up right next to you. She's the better lover. I don't think that shit is fair. But she loving on me even when I'm not even aware. I could never understand it. I could never really care. But I really, really need it. I would die if she ain't there. No, I'm not the perfect nigga, but I'm realer than a lot. I couldn't play with you too long, so I went and got a rock. We were never at the bottom, but we closer to the top. And I fought with you the long way, cause you think I could pop. If I hurt you, don't leave. No. If I hurt you, no. Don't you